What's up, friends? Empress Dannie here, back with another episode of the Daily Grind. You already know, pouring you up a nice hot cup, gonna get that day off to a bright and beautiful start. There could be something significant about a trip today, but whatever this is like a different kind of trip. So I'm not sure if there's any type of travel that you're going somewhere. If this is just something that you are, sometimes a trip is kind of like meditative space, right? It's giving like guided meditation. So some of you could be doing something of that nature. It could also be just kind of like an experience that you have today that brings you to a point, even if that's like a way of thinking that's different than the way that you thought before. Okay. Um, but with something about this feels like reliable, like, I trust going here. I don't know why I'm kind of getting this energy of like, I believe in this. I also just heard, I believe in you, as I accuse Whitney Houston, right? I believe in you and me. So maybe you believe in someone, maybe they believe in, maybe you believe in each other, right? Maybe I'm a fool, feel the way I do. I will play the fool forever, just to be with you forever. I believe in miracles, and love is a miracle. Obviously, it's early, right? Little frog, right? See the frog. Baby, you're a dream come true. Hey. I was lost. I was blind. Now I see, right? Because I believe in you and me. So there could be something, obviously, that's kind of like relationship vibes, but this can just be like, I trust you, right? As it pertains to like relationship, sometimes that's like come through, right? This journey that I've been on in life, you're showing me what I need to see. I feel very secure. And again, it's our friendship, I love. Here, right here. Your love is my love, and my love is your love. It would take an eternity to break us. Remember Whitney's coming through. Come through, Whit. Anyway, let's jump in and get today's messages. Go ahead and like the video, share, and subscribe for me if you will. If you will, be ever so kind. I lion God coming in today. So if you wondered, right? Now, let me just say, there's not no external power. This is the God at work within you. By midday is going to be bringing something in. That's why I feel like this is happening. So some of you, I just heard self-appreciation, okay? Appreciate yourself, because something about your unique qualities, it feels like it's almost like getting you the title, getting you the job, getting you a resource of some sort. But this is, again, it feels like it's just something that there could be something in your name, but it's almost like your name, your energy, there's something like that. Your power is getting something, okay, and it feels like something that you may have been hopeful for. Yeah, here. Great is thy faithfulness. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay. I kind of get this energy of like, I don't know if this has to do with worth and value. Okay. Hoping that it's worth it, right? Worth the time. Sometimes this can be like yourself. Okay. And it's not that you maybe think you're not worth it, but the reality is that to other people, you may not be, right? And it may be that they don't see your value. They don't see, they don't appreciate you. And those are things that you can't control, right? You always hope that they value you, that they appreciate you, that they, know maybe it is what it's worth that you do, what the skills that you have, your time, your energy. You always hope that people see or just kind of like appreciate or even just feel secure, right? In your energy, right? This is like when you do work, right? You hope your job values you, right? Or your client values you. There's something like that, okay? And again, whether this is you being hopeful, this could be someone else opposite you that I hope you appreciate this, or I just kind of get an energy like that. The friend card is coming out with the elk to start the day. I like this. So this is kind of like, I just get kind of like one step at a time, right? Yeah, I just heard, let's do this, okay? So somebody, I don't know why I'm kind of getting, someone is being nice, doing something nice. It could be like a nice gesture of some sort. I'm also getting something about like planning. Let's take, let's plan, then let's walk through whatever these plans are. It feels almost like, and you could be doing this, someone opposite you could be, but it's like, let's take this one step at a time, right? That's what this feels like. If someone is taking you by the hand, or you're taking someone by the hand in some situation. And keep in mind, right, like this could be calling a business and like walking them through something, right? But it's like talking to someone who is responsible, so you don't mind taking the time because you're hopeful, right? They seem, again, it's almost like you get it, right? You are respectful. Maybe it is enough to be able to take the time to walk through this. There's an energy at play that's like that, that is hopeful because someone is maybe amicable, they're friendly, they are sensitive, they are, again, and there is an underlying energy of like, you get it, right? I feel secure enough. So this also makes me feel like if you are talking to or engaging with or working through something with someone where you're not getting that, something makes me feel like you're going to be a friend to yourself, okay? So if they're not getting it, you taking your time, but they're not valuing your time, they're not valuing your energy, they're not valuing, it's almost like they're not respectful enough to be willing to take whatever those steps are, then this is you like being good to yourself and saying, oh, just because you don't know what it's worth doesn't mean I don't know what it's worth. I'm going to take care of me. So I definitely feel like you'll see this in numerous dynamics beginning in the AM, now coming to the afternoon, okay? I ain't gonna lie, I feel whatever this is, and I want to pull another card on this. It's a unicorn, okay? So we have ether energy coming in the afternoon, but that's typically you because of the fact, like the way that you've been operating, the way it's almost like that you've been treating people, the way you've been taking care of your business. This is, I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting an energy of like you got treasures stored up in heaven. And some of you, this is a vibration that your actions and the things that you've done have sustained or held. I don't know why I'm kind of getting like, ooh, yes, that feel like money. When I said that, so if you recall, right, those of you who are with me on Tarot Palace, there was a message that came out, and I have to find it. If somebody else finds it, then feel free to post it. But there were several messages, and one of the common themes was the hammers come out for objections. Remember, that was probably, I want to say, within the last couple of months. The hammers come out for objections, but I just said something that you've been doing like faithfully, consistently has been sustaining. That's also a legal term, right? When the hammers come out for objections, someone maybe proposes something or they state something on court record. And what you do is the hammers come out for objection. When you drop the hammer, you bang the gavel in a sense, you object, right? Whenever an objection is set forth, then the judge determines whether or not the record will stand, sustain, or whether or not it will be overturned in some way. So I feel with the fortune card, there could certainly be something sustains. The sustain is also the root word of sustenance. So especially with the fortune card here, there could be some significance about sustenance Some of you could be getting letter, mail, information, news. I also just heard confirmation, which can come through in like an email, something of that nature. I see the size card. So this could be something that gives you relief. It can just be like, it relieves you, like, I feel better now. Like, again, if I spent the AM, I'm gonna walk through this. You're gonna tell you've been very nice, you've been very kind, right? I feel like you treated my energy responsibly. Then the unicorn could certainly be because I went through that step. Because, in situations like that, a lot of times you get to a point where you could have been frustrated. And if that be the case, then you could be, no, I'm not talking to nobody, right? But you have to also be energetically connected enough to recognize when you're dealing with someone who's responsible. This can be a relationship, right? Enough to try again, right? They didn't value me, so I can treat you the same way that, out of expectation that they're going to treat me the way you're going to treat me the way that they did, right? Or I can realize you treat me better. This is different again, and I can just go through the process, right? Recognizing perhaps I see things in you that are different until I get what feels like some form of like relief. And whatever that relief is like, okay, it's like I'm relieved. I feel better. Maybe it is trusting you because I see that you're responsible or you know how to take care of me or you're my friend. Some things like that, right? I kind of get this energy of like giving away. So you could be giving in, right? This could be like lowering your guard, a healthy boundary. But with the unicorn, it's this energy of like getting your point across, or like your energy is made known and someone respects or appreciates that. So you don't mind letting your guard down because they've demonstrated they're willing to serve your boundaries, to honor your boundaries, and that's a relief to you, or they're willing to respect your wishes. I kind of get an energy like that. And you could be doing this as it pertains to someone else, and that could be why there is this, it's almost this energy of like you allowing yourself to be your unique self is in some way like giving you a form of like relief, a load off today. It's helping you, could be like to release tension, anxiety, worry. But if you hadn't been your unique self, it's almost like this wouldn't be serving you. This wouldn't be given to you. It's giving. I get a real strong asking and shall be given, seeking you shall find, knocking the doors will be open to you. And that's what it feels like, is like you had the cojones to ask, right? You had the audacity to seek. You had the audacity to, you had the goal to knock in a sense. And because you did uniquely, it's almost like you get a unique outcome or circumstance that others don't get. And that's what I feel with the lover. This is kind of like somebody serving your interest. They're singing your tune. Whatever you ask is being given, right? Whatever it is that maybe you were desiring of, right? Someone could certainly be coming in and speaking your language. The money card is at the bottom of the deck. So it's almost this energy of like you, I don't know why I'm getting this energy like you take care in a unique way. I feel like you don't just, you're not just talking the talk uniquely enough. You actually give to or take care of. There's something of that nature. Like this is like you put the money on the table. Again, if you're taking it step by step, this could be like you take the time, you give the information, you put it out there, put yourself out there. You don't mind. This could be like helping. There's a little bit of energy of like coaxing, let me talk you into it. But again, it's not like convincing. It's like love language. I can tell you need to understand this, or I can sense this. So let me give a little bit of attention here. But again, this is something that I feel like I get this sense of like you had to pick up on the ego. And sometimes this is like people think you all talk, right? Sometimes this is like people think that you are, oh, you just saying that, right? Yeah, this sounds good, right? It's really a talk is cheap energy, right? But this is kind of like you just get down on your knees like a top notch. But take that however it is that you will, right? Maybe that should, hey, do what you do. But I'm getting like, this is like you'll scrub the floors, right? It's giving like, yeah, everybody says they're gonna do this or they're gonna do that. but you will actually put in the work. You'll put in the effort, right? You don't mind doing the cleaning up, right? Whatever it is, right? The hard work, the backbreaking work is what it is. It's like you don't mind serving, you don't mind giving, you don't mind helping, you don't mind like whatever it is that I need to do. So you realize I'm not just a talk about it. Something about the afternoon. I don't know why I feel like this has already been done. Although you could be doing it, it feels like if it's already been done, then the unicorn is kind of like that, releasing some sort of anointing oil or flow where you may be being served. You may be being shown love. Someone may be in some way demonstrating this unique quality that's valuable to you. They're showing you, hey, I'm not all talk either, right? I'm gonna be about it, okay? And that's why I feel like the end of the day is a faithfulness card and the raccoon, where somebody's coming through or something, I'll just say, is coming through, because sometimes it's a spirit. It doesn't have to be a person, but something is coming through, and it's almost like, yeah, this is giving like a wild. You guys know the 7 day had something about wild out of nowhere, but I feel like, sometimes we look for it. It feel like tower energy. It does. Something about the end of the day feel like a tower, but it doesn't feel like a bad tower. Sometimes this is like we be like, um, when is, if I've been faithful, or if I've been loyal, or if I've been, if I did what I was supposed to do, when is this going to come through? Something make me feel like that 7 day message about out of nowhere is like out of nowhere. This is where like faithfulness ends up coming through. Okay. It's almost like it's kind of wild how everything worked out. I feel an energy that's like that, and more earth, right? Earth, ether, earth. Okay, so whenever I see that much in the bottom of the deck is the bear, which is also earth. Okay, so we have a lot of earth energy, but this feels, when I think about earth energy, um, I think about 3D manifestations. So some of you, that's just what time it is. That's why we're seeing earth, because you're grounding, you're digging deeper. And because of that, it's like the soil is ripe, the seeds are planted. You've just been doing what is your reasonable service, is what it feels like. What is, naturally or reasonably for you to do. And on the other side of that, this is kind of like what feels like on the other side of you doing what's reasonably for you to do, something that is a demonstration of like, that's of like the promise that rests on the other side. There's something about loyalty. It's almost like, I don't know if somebody's loyal to you and it's like, why are you so loyal, out of nowhere? Or if something comes through and it could be like it's consistent. It could be like receiving some money, right? And it's like, I can trust the money, right? And I don't mean it like that, but but this could be like money coming out of nowhere, and it being a demonstration like of faithfulness. And it sometimes I can be like, I'm gonna keep doing this, or I'm gonna, whatever it is like that you're doing, like that's unique, that's different. This is like, um I trust this, I believe in this, this is valuable to me. So especially if like out of nowhere something produces, because that's kind of what it feels like. Something is being produced out of nowhere, and it feels like, again, this could be a relationship, anything, but because something is breaking forth, it feels like out of nowhere. This is like, oh, I definitely trust this. I just think about, like, I'm going to be committed to this, or I'm going to, I it's almost like, because I don't know, for some of y'all this could be like your candle work, but it's like, I believe in this. But it's like seeing it actually work, seeing it being effective, and it's like, and this obviously, like I said, it could be anything, but it's something that you do in 3D. Something you do or have done in 3D that's doing it. So we shall see. That's what I have for you guys. I love you. Like, share, subscribe, check out the other content. Enjoy this on Patreon, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.